Well, shaky folks, back with another reaction, back with some more Prince, and we're continuing through the latter stages of the 80s Prince compilation sent by a great friend of the channel, Chris. And I did want to also mention, as I did on I think the previous Prince reaction, that after we finish this, we're going to go to the other compilation that Stan sent me. Rather than to Purple Rain, we'll do that after the next compilation from Stan. So shout out to both, again, Stan and Chris for sharing the Prince journey, and to others who've taken an interest. And it seems like the copyright issues will continue to be a thing with his reactions. I should mention, it's not always that it gets blocked everywhere. In fact, there's only been a couple where it's been like that. Usually it's like 85% of the countries where like people who follow my channel come from. So it's like there's a few people who can see it, but the vast majority of people can't. So then it's like, I know for some people, of a small percentage, it's like, oh, they can see it, it's not, there's no problem with the sound or whatever. But I feel like, there's going to be a whole bunch of people who don't know that it ever happened, because it won't even show up at all in like my videos. So that's why I mute the sound audio, then everybody can see it. And I've been putting links to publicly made available videos on my Patreon, which I'll continue to do for the blocked music reactions, not just for Prince, but it's happened a couple times for like, I don't know, once for Bonnie Tyler, Chris Isaac, some others. So yeah, ultimately I'll continue to do that if it keeps happening with Prince, which I suspect it might. In any case, the next tune is called Scarlet Pussy. There's obviously a naughtier read of that, a red-headed lass perhaps. It could be genuinely like a feline sort of metaphor. I feel like scarlet can mean different things. It's a hue of red, but it can, relate to behavior or be seen in relation to, I suppose, not just the paradigm of, a scarlet letter, but also Scarlet from Gone with the Wind. So I guess there's some different reference points that you could build off of. I suspect, though, that these will be, lyrics from characters created by Prince rather than necessarily like, taking motifs from somewhere else. So either way, I wonder what the title phrase relates to and just how late night it may be, which again, Prince has shown himself over the tunes I've already gone through. He does not shy away from overt sexual themes and also like exploring the psychology between two people, even in situations which are perhaps like less normal, let's say. So let's find out what it is. This is Prince. The tune is Scarlet Pussy, and it's from a 80s compilation, or an 80s compilation, put together by a friend of the channel, Chris. I would guess that deep voice vocal is him. Maybe they're all him. Which again, if that's the case, like, it's not just that he's theatrical and song. That sax line felt very like improv jazz. I love it. We got funk sonics, occasional like soulful vocals. Almost had a bit of like ukulele sound, like banjo. And is that someone on like the high end of the xylophone? This whole last section, like, you know, going through some interesting sonic shifts and changes, but also, you know, is it over? I have no idea what to expect with Prince. That's awesome. It's a super funky tune. Again, some vocals have that like soulful feel, so it's blending some soul and funk. You know, barring any alternative information, I'm going to assume he did all the vocals there. But one of them did sound like a female. One of them obviously deep and baritone, and again a bit cheeky, like having fun with it with that layer. But then the lead and again lyrics that they're full of all sorts of feline and canine lines, but I feel like they, you know, are almost surely functioning as figurative renderings of perhaps more late night type of themes. And yeah, it sounds like, you know, every dog in the neighborhood is interested, but perhaps you know, some of them end up getting their hearts broken in the process, because she can make you happy, but she can also make you quite sad even when you're feeling and good and light. So yeah, ultimately a cheeky song. I am curious about the vocal question, but yeah, as I said, another cool tune that just shows, you know, I had a sense, okay, When Doves Cry, great tune, you know, 1999, there's some tracks that I knew from him, but I just didn't know that he did all these voices and characters and, you know, made these like 6-7 minute tunes with sections that feel at least like somewhat improvisational, maybe not like by the time they get to record it, but like in the working out of the track, it just has that feel. So yeah, a more distinguished and nuanced musician than I realized, even knowing how big he was. So once again, shout out to Chris, shout out to Stan, and I think there's two more. I'll check just to make sure, but I think there's two more before we'll move on. Yeah, there's The Question of You, and it says, parenthetically, recorded 86 to 87, and then the final one, Kama Sutra intro, Crystal Ball, recorded in 86, so we'll look forward to both of those, and then once again we'll be on to, oh wow, and that last one's like 11 minutes long, so that'll be a bit of a journey. And then we'll be on to the other collection or compilation that Stan sent. So shout out to both of you. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Peace.